Ken, a few months ago, we were about 1 year ago, we were thinking on, the events that are out there, and there's some training events, and most of these events are sponsored by brokers, and they're not really looking for provide any kind of education or whatever it is. They just want to give or be a platform for brokers to advertise themselves, correct? And I can hear you. Just go, Ken.
Yeah.
So about 1 year ago, we have this idea here at the office that we need to make a live event, in-person event where we can actually, meet other traders. You yourself, you are a trader, I'm a trader, and we have very few opportunities to meet other traders. It's a very lonely profession. So we go with this wild idea of creating this event, which is going to happen thanks to you being our partner, our man in the field, our partner in UK, and to throw this big event where the main focus is going to be education instead of just marketing and advertising and all that. So in your, Ken, of course, this is the moment you introduce yourself and you explain why you are the person to produce this event. And just let us know and share with us, from thousands of events you've produced, why is this event, Traders Day Live, so unique and different?
Yeah, you're right, Sal. It's a great idea. It was a great idea. It remains a fantastic idea. Let me give you a little bit of background to myself. So I run a company called GSE Media in the UK, and I've been running events for about 12 years, big trade shows all around the world. And that's my day job. My evening job and my weekend job is studying the markets and trading. So I'm a retail trader, and I have been for about 10 years. And for the first 5 years, I struggled. And for the last 5 years, I've done okay. About 15% a year, super conservative, very, very clear in terms of what I'm trying to do. But I'm a trader. I love trading, fallen in love with it. But all the trading events I ever went to were all the same. And they tended to be, as you mentioned, broker after broker after broker, talking about what their latency was, how small their spreads were, and then the next broker get up and say the same thing, and the next one get up and say the same thing. And for quite a long time, I've had in my mind that wouldn't it be great if there was an event that was really designed by retail traders, for retail traders, with the kind of content the retail traders really need but don't get access to.
Right.
So I've had that idea in my mind as well, but I certainly was too busy with other things to do anything about it. And then, of course, about a year ago, I got a call from you guys because our paths had crossed through trading things. And you pitched this idea, say, well, do you think there would be value in that? And of course, there's huge value in it because it's the first type of event that I'm aware of, and I'm aware of lots and lots of events in this field where it's absolutely got that focus that every single contribution to that event will be about making traders better. Nothing else applies. No one else can talk unless they're talking about that. Now, making traders better can break down into lots of different things. So that can be about edge development, that can be about risk management, that can be about psychology, that can be about knowledge, that can be about technology. What is out there technology-wise to help me on this journey? So you were pushing at a very open door when we had this conversation. So I think what I bring to it is, one, I've run loads of events, and therefore I know how to actually create something which is memorable and desirable. But secondly, I know a little bit more than most event producers about trading, the good and the bad, and the journey that we're all on. So that's why I was all in on this as soon as you mentioned the idea.
Okay, so if this is as good idea as it sounds, why there aren't events like this, similar events like this out there? Why all the events are broker-based events?
Well, I think really, and quite honestly, is because most organizations running events need funding to do that.
Correct.
And the brokers, for the reasons everybody knows, I've got deeper pockets than other people. And obviously brokers, because most brokers have a very high churn rate. I mean, you see on their website, 78% of people at this broker lose money, or 72 or 81. And of course, brokers need to be able to get more and more people consistently
Correct.
to trade with them in order for them to be successful businesses. Thankfully, and therefore people organising events are automatically going to go to those kind of organisations who they know will pay to get in front of new traders. You came to it from a completely different perspective. Your perspective was, it's very important to us as a business, in our business model, that traders are successful. It's much more important that a trader is successful to us than unsuccessful. How can we create something which is going to deliver that agenda? Now, the reason these kind of events don't really exist is that no one's really approached it with that perspective in mind, and you did. And therefore, that's why they don't exist, and that's why this will be unique, and it will be so valuable, I think.
I agree. Let me tell you my answer for the same question. It is hard. We came up with the idea, okay, we want to do this event. We want to meet the traders. We want to bring traders from all over the world, hopefully, but at least Europe and the UK together to network, to learn, it's going to be fun. So the idea is very good, but it's hard. Where do we start? We need to get speakers to come, and we need to manage the budget, and we need to get the venue, and we need to get a lot of pieces together in order to make this happen. And it's really challenging, and that's maybe, and then you figure out it's not, you're going to get out of this event like break even. It's not even a profitable event, for our end. We just want to make it happen. So maybe that's why no one is making it, correct? It's but for us it's a nice challenge and fun challenge, and we want to make it, and our vision and purpose is stronger. So we're going to push this forward, and hopefully and gratefully we partner with you. We're the man to do this, okay, with all your experience. So let's talk about a little bit, about who's going to be there, like who's behind it, who's behind the event, who's going to be the speakers. I'll go ahead in a minute. I'll share my screen to let everyone see the website of the event, but just go ahead.
Well, I think the thing for me, and just before I come to speakers, just one other thing to mention is the venue. We shouldn't pass that, because it's such an unusual venue, such an amazing venue. And I've been to lots of events. Obviously, most of them take place in hotel rooms and they're big rectangles. This isn't like that. This is like something out of Harry Potter. This is the most amazing venue, right next to the Houses of Parliament in Westminster, London. Wonderful circular building with rooms off that central circular foyer. It is inspirational as a venue. And that's really important, because we want people to walk away from it having had a memorable experience.
Correct.
And that will definitely be part of that. But just to answer your point in terms of the speakers, well, we chose speakers who could deliver on the agenda of trader education. And there are probably 4 things that we look for in terms of those speakers. Firstly, they've got to be great communicators. I mean, it's really important that people can get across to the audience the point they want to make in a way which is engaging for that audience. So we've been very careful to pick people that we know deliver a fantastic performance in that sense. I think it's also important that they're passionate about the subject. They all are. And also important that they can impart knowledge that you won't get anywhere else. That they've got a unique perspective that kind of broadens the agenda in a way that people can walk away at the end of the day having had a variety of independent opinions to think about. I think the 4th thing as well is that we want people who've gone through a similar trajectory that we're all going through, that they've been through a journey. Often it's about working their way from being a retailer to managing tens of millions of pounds as part of a hedge fund or something similar. So people can relate to the kind of experience that the people who are talking have. So that's very important. Now, the kind of people we've got talking, people like Mark Halstead, who runs a very, very, I think, one of the best trader education platforms on YouTube, something called UK Spread Betting, fantastic. And in fact, who have we got? Steve Ward. I mean, Steve Ward's an amazing speaker. Steve spends all his time talking to institutional traders about how they can get even better than they are now. He doesn't do this kind of thing normally.
Right.
Yeah, we had to. I won't say we took a lot of persuasion because Steve's very committed to trader performance anyway, but he's an absolutely inspirational speaker. We've got Charlie Burton speaking, who's again hugely successful trader. Paul Scott, Simon Cottrell, Gary Langley, all these people have a fantastic message they can get across because they've been through the journey that we're all going through ourselves as retail traders. And of course, that's going to get added to a lot in the course of the next 3 or 4 weeks, where the whole agenda, I think, will be complete by the end of January.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you were to a seminar of Steve Ward, I mean, Simon Cottrell, you couldn't get access to him. No. He's managing how many millions of dollars?
7 figures.
Yeah, 7-8 figures. Hedge fund. So you don't have access as a retail trader to this kind of traders or coaches or mentors, whatever it is. But if you would like to go to a seminar from Steve Ward, it would cost you hundreds, probably thousands of pounds or dollars to access. So we're really bringing all that minds together into this venue, so you can just rub your shoulders with them, and to really talk to them front.
Yeah, I the way we've designed it as well in terms of the edge zone, the inspiration zone, the performance zone, the growth zone, they've got slightly different nuances in terms of what they're going to be delivering. But I think anybody who signs up to come along to the event is going to take away knowledge, as you mentioned, that they just really wouldn't hope to get access to any other way. And of course, it's almost like signing up for the very best trader training you can for £99. I mean, you're just not going to be able to do that anywhere else. So that's what excites me about it. Personally, I have to say, I'm organising the event, but I want to be hearing what these people have got to say, because I think they're going to be saying some absolutely critical things to my own personal trading performance. I
agree. So you okay, we're going to the tickets in a minute, but there's going to be a tournament. You want to give a few words about it, the tournament?
Yeah, I will, in the sense of, I think it's important for us when we're trying to create an agenda that's going to be interesting to people, that clearly there's going to be some very significant and important information being passed across at this event. But it's important to make it fun. It's important to make it something that people can participate in and actually show their own skills and their own trading style and that type of thing. Yeah. And of course, having a tournament, I think, is just the perfect way of doing that. And hey, you've put up some very significant numbers in terms of prizes. Yeah. So it's important. There's going to be some very happy people at the end of that day, I would imagine. Yeah,
I mean, this is when we conceived the idea of the day. We really wanted, very objectives in place. So we wanted the education and the speakers, but we also wanted the networking of course, but we also want the entertaining part of the day. Okay, we want the day to be a fun day, not a boring day. So this is the entertaining part of the day as we go through midday after the first session of conferences in the morning of speakings. So we're going into this tournament now. The event is going to be on a Saturday, so we have like canned data that we're going to run the tournament through that data. And yeah, it's going to be fun, just a little bit of scalping or maybe, some positions for a few hours. And then, the one who can make the most money will get access to good prices, as you mentioned. But it's just, like the entertaining part of the day.
Yeah, it is, and I'm very much looking forward to watching that. Actually, I won't be participating, but I'll be very, very interested to see what people are able to achieve on that. I think the other thing to mention about an event like this, which is important, I think, is this idea that trading's a lonely existence, or can be. It can be just you, the markets, and the office, and it's important, I think, that people get an opportunity to network, get an opportunity to talk to other traders, get the opportunity to kind of gather, share information, share ideas, share their views on where the markets are going in 2023 and onwards. So one of the things I'm particularly looking forward to is actually physically engaging with other traders, talking to them face to face about their ideas and their strategies and their successes and failures. I think that's a really important part of the day.
Yeah, it really is, because if you can meet someone who thinks like you, have same experience probably, similar strategy, lives nearby you, whatever it is, and he can become like your trading partner or someone you can stay accountable to, or just to talk about trading, that's a good thing to achieve. Most of us, I go to my wife and I tell her about my trading. She doesn't understand. She doesn't care. So I have no one. I'm surrounded by traders here at the 5ers, correct? But most people, they don't have no one to talk about. Okay, there's all these Discord groups and communities, but there's online. But if you could have, friends or traders like-minded who understand what you're passing and what you're suffering, or your objectives or your successes, and you share with them, you stay accountable to them, you actually will improve your trading.
I think that's much more powerful. And a few people have said to us, why don't you do this online? Why don't you make this accessible online? And the reason is because we want to break through that. We want this to be a physical event where people meet in person and can make sure that they fully engage with their fellow traders. That there's no benefit to this, or the benefit is massively reduced, I think, if somebody is sitting in their office and getting access to this on a partial basis.
Correct.
And this is about being all in and coming away with incredible amount of value, which can only be generated, I think, by in-person participation.
Yeah, I agree. And you were mentioning the tickets. So there's actually like 2 tickets. You wanna to expand on the ticketing?
Yeah, I mean, it is obviously. It's important, I think, that, and there's 2 reasons. Firstly, some people might say, well, why is this not free?
Yeah, why is it not for free?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why isn't it for free? Well, I think the point to that is, there's probably 3 points to that. Firstly, to actually create something like this without huge sponsorship and therefore domination by brokers, it's got to be something that has to be funded in some way. It would be unfair of you guys to be putting your hands in your pockets for the whole amount that this will take. So I think a contribution by visitors is welcome for 2 reasons. I think first reason is we don't have unlimited capacity here. We have 600 people, maybe 700 people that we can comfortably and safely accommodate within this event. And therefore, we want to make sure those people who are most committed to investing in their own trading future have access to this. That gives it an air of exclusivity about the event. And we are very comfortable with that. We really only want serious traders at the event. Right. And that's important. And there are some people who will want more than purely being able to see the event, having all the lunch issues, being able to be involved in the tournament. Some people will want more than that in terms of being able to get access to some of the speakers, to be able to come to the evening event that we're going to be running as well, which is going to be a great event in its own right. So I think it's important that we have different levels of participation. I think that's sensible. But I think what we are doing is putting it at such a level, given the participation and the access people are going to get, that essentially £99 is a pretty tight stop loss in my trading. If I lost that today on my Dow 30 trade, I would not think anything of it. But in terms of risk and reward, if I'm going to risk £99 for all the rewards that this potential event's going to give me in terms of knowledge, that sounds like a pretty good risk-reward ratio to me.
Yeah, I agree. In my point of view, it's a no-brainer. I mean, if you're a retail trader, and it doesn't matter if it's if you're a beginner, experienced, intermediate, I believe it's a no-brainer. Everything that is included here, it would cost you thousands more or hundreds more if you try to do it. Getting all the education on different sites. So yeah, I think it's a very fair value for what you get. And should people hurry up on getting their tickets, or there's still half a year, 6 months up until the event? Should people watching this go ahead and get their tickets today, or they have some more time to think about it and buy afterwards?
Well, I think the issue is going to be for us, and I'm talking now slightly in the capacity of the event organizer.
Yeah,
is oversubscription.
Correct.
This will be oversubscribed. We already know what the numbers are of people who've already booked into this, and we know that's high. And to be honest, at the moment, it's primarily people who are connected with the 5ers who are having first opportunity at this. We haven't released this to everybody else yet, and
Correct.
We're about to. So it was important to give you guys exclusivity for your traders to participate first. But we already know from the number of people who have signed up so far that our capacity issues are going to be filled quickly. And so therefore, I would imagine by March, we're going to be disappointing people in terms of the availability of tickets.
I agree.
So my view on that is, and I have no benefit to me for this, but if you're interested in participating at the event, you should get yourself involved straight away, because when we release this to the wider market, 500, 600 tickets will disappear in an instant.
Correct.
This is one of the reasons why we wanted to make sure your clients had exclusivity to the initial tranche of tickets.
Okay, but just making sure, someone, and I can tell you, people from the US have already got tickets, and people from Indonesia have got tickets, of course, all over Europe and the UK mainly, but people from all over the world are coming. And so you think, okay, let's say you live in Europe, somewhere in Europe, Ken, you need to take a plane or I don't know, a train if you're in France or whatever it is, and you need to book yourself a night of hotel. It really is worth the effort, the investment and effort, or you say maybe next time?
Well, so that entirely depends on how serious you are about trading. If trading for you is gambling away your funds, simply transferring them from your account to a broker's account, then it's not for you. It's not for you. If, though, you are somebody who treats your trading like a business and therefore takes it seriously, understands that learning and education is a business cost, but the benefits of that outweigh that cost in the long term, and then I think you think very differently about making an investment in an event like this. For example, in the business I run, I would not think twice, in my event business, I would not think twice of going to an event managers conference, because it's important to me, because I can pick up things there that will help my business and streamline my business and make my business more efficient going forward. I don't see really any significant difference in that and this. If you feel seriously about your trading, if you want your trading to improve gradually, but over the long term, you're in this for the long term, then I think an investment, and that's the way I would phrase it, an investment in a few £100 to actually access all this is absolutely a no-brainer, using the term you used before.
Yeah, I agree. I really agree. I hope, when I was just learning to trade or something like that, there was an event like this I could attend. There wasn't anything. There's some online courses, online seminars, but the experience online and in person is very, very different. And of course, you don't get a chance to really, if you get the platinum ticket, you really have access to these little rooms where only panelists and yourself will have access to, and there will be special workshops going on in there, and you will have those panelists and people you maybe follow already with you to talk and ask questions, and maybe you review your strategy, get an extra opinion on how's your trading doing. It's a very high value for money you're getting here.
I think the other thing is people will take away from this day trading contacts that will be with them for a long time. They'll meet people who will end up being either mentors or partners or just associates within their trading that will probably stay with them for a long time. We've got a room of 600 like-minded people. That kind of thing, that kind of networking will absolutely be key to this.
Yeah, correct. So Ken, I think we'll try to answer some questions if some questions will come in. So guys, if you have any question about the event, this is the time to ask, and I will address those. Ken, I believe we lost your video, so if you want to...
Yeah, don't worry. I think there seemed to be some problems with the video. I apologize for that. I don't know why that was the case.
Yeah, but if you have it there, we'll take it. Let me see if there's some... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And of course, this will be... I see Gary Langley in the attendees. So Gary is one of the scruffy traders going to be...
Gary?
is going to be with us over there and speaking as well. So Gary, nice to have you. So this will be, of course, recorded and people will have access to it. Anything else, Ken, you think is important to cover, to emphasize?
Well, I would say this is going to be the first, I think, of many. I think the response we've had from the market, the response we've had from visitors has been so positive, i.e., why has no one ever done this before, that we'd like to think that this will be a yearly event, something that we can build on, and probably geographically as well, in the fullness of time. It is a unique experience, one we're very much looking forward to doing, and one I think would be a pity if people missed. I think it will be, in the retail trading space, an unmissable event. And I'm very much looking forward to it, both professionally and personally.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the event. And just to make sure, there will be no recording of the event and there will be no streaming of the event. We have no, the speakers want to keep their knowledge and their conferences private, so they don't want them to be recorded or outstreamed. So that's also part of why we're not, having an online option to attend or something like that. You must attend physically the event.
I think that also, by the way, Sal, just gives an indication of the quality of what's going to be provided in terms of the content. This is exceptionally high quality content for serious traders, and obviously those speakers won't want that simply to be all over the internet, because people pay a lot of money for this normally.
Yeah, I agree. So I see Jeremiah has his hand raised. I don't know if Jeremiah, you want to type something, or you want to access to the microphone so you can speak or something like that. And I see a question here in my private chat. By the way, guys, if you want everyone to see your questions, so on your chat settings, go to everyone, not just host and panelists. That way everyone can see. So just someone asking when it's going to be, when's the event happening? So it's going to be June 17th, 2023. Actually picking the right date was also a thing, huh?
We spent a lot of time thinking about that. Trying to avoid Premier League football matches seems to be on the agenda, and holidays and things like this. Yes, Saturday, 17th of June, 2023, Church House Conference Centre in Westminster. That's the day.
Correct. I see some comments here. Very exciting. Got my ticket already. Again, guys, if you want everyone to see this, just change your settings. And I think we made a quick overview of what's going to be. Of course, we're going to post this on YouTube so more people can have access to it. I don't see other questions coming in, so I think we're good, Ken.
Excellent. Well, we've got a great partnership in this. I think the good news is that everybody is very aligned to what we're trying to achieve here, which is an exceptional trader education event. So it's been great to work with you guys, the 5ers. You do a great job on that anyway. And looking forward to meeting everybody on the day. Yeah,
I'm very, very excited, Ken. Exciting to meet you over there as well on the event. And it's going to be very fun and successful. And guys, of course, I will be glad to meet you as well at the event, and all together with all the speakers and all the team back here. So looking forward to it, Ken. Brilliant. And, thank you very much, Ken. Thanks, guys, for coming and for staying. And we'll be in contact.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Ken.
Bye-bye.